Use only verified, accurate photos for each actor. Do not use lookalikes, siblings, or wrong era photos. Match each name to the correct person. Accurate visuals equals audience trust equals higher retention. Some shows weren't just on television. They felt like an extension of our own homes. From 1988 to 1997, the Connor family made us laugh, cry, and feel truly understood. Today, we're checking in on the faces we loved, including some quiet journeys that might surprise you. The honest struggles of Lanford gave us a rare place where everyday life was treated with true dignity. Let's see how the years have shaped the people who brought those stories alive. The Connor family likely means as much to you as they do to me. I would love to know who you watched this show with back then, so please share your memory. We begin our journey with the rebellious teenage daughter who left an impossible void to fill. Back in the early years of the show, there was one face that perfectly captured the restless spirit of every teenager trying to find their place in the world. As the original Becky Connor, she represented our own youthful rebellion. She showed an entire generation that no matter how many mistakes you make or how far you run, family will always be the safe harbor you can return to. We all remember the shock when Becky suddenly eloped with Mark Healy, but most fans don't realize her real-life departure was just as surprising. She made the rare choice to leave one of America's biggest sitcoms at the height of her fame, simply to play rugby and have a normal student life at Vassar College. She was just 14 when she took on the role. Today, at 51, Lecy Goranson is aging with incredible grace. She bravely navigated the heartbreaking loss of her mother in 2020 and recently completed her long journey with the character when The Connors concluded its run in April 2025. Her brave departure left a massive void in the Connor household, opening the door for another talented actress to step into some incredibly difficult shoes. Stepping into the shoes of a beloved television daughter is usually considered career suicide. But in 1993, one teenager proved everyone wrong. As the second Becky Connor, she taught us a masterclass in bravery. She showed an entire generation how to step into a massive, intimidating void and handle immense pressure with a bright, unfailing smile. She later admitted she was so young and naive at 16 that she didn't fully comprehend the pressure cooker she was walking into. She even graciously handled being heckled by a fan at a college rally who yelled they preferred the first Becky. She simply smiled and completely agreed with them. Today, at 49, Sara Chalke proves that time has only deepened her elegance. While she briefly returned to Lanford as a new character named Andrea in The Connors, her 2026 is defined by a different nostalgic reunion. She just triumphantly returned as Dr. Elliot Reed in the highly anticipated 10th season of Scrubs this February. But Becky wasn't the only teenager trying to navigate the chaotic Connor household. There was also a certain shy, artistic boy who wandered into their lives and completely stole our hearts. Whenever David Healy quietly sketched in the corner of the chaotic Connor household, he proved something deeply important. He showed an entire generation that gentle, shy souls always have a safe place in a loud world. He was just 17 when he first wandered onto our screens. Today, at 50, Johnny Galecki still carries the same spark we remember. But after achieving massive global fame later in his career, he made a surprising choice. He took a strict sabbatical from screen acting, trading the Hollywood spotlight for a quiet farm in Tennessee with his wife and daughter. He has since found genuine peace, occasionally participating in audio projects such as The Cinnamon Bear. Speaking of defying expectations, the family's most critical matriarch is doing something truly unbelievable today. What does it take to play the most critical, sharp-tongued mother on television, and still remain entirely lovable. As Beverly Harris, she proved that family love doesn't always look like warm hugs. Sometimes it comes wrapped in harsh, sarcastic complaints, showing us that even the most difficult relatives are an unbreakable part of home. We will never forget her endless criticisms or the brilliant twist when she revealed herself as the secret, silent partner of the Lanford lunchbox. Interestingly, despite her massive screen success and winning an actual Academy Award for Bonnie and Clyde, she famously admitted she didn't really care about movies at all. Her only true passion was always the live stage. She was 61 when she first drove her daughters crazy on screen. Today, at an astonishing 98 years old, Estelle Parsons wears every year beautifully. Defying all expectations in 2026, she remains a fearless and fierce leader at the Actors Studio. In New York, still actively developing new theatrical projects. Halfway through our journey now, and honestly, I'm feeling the nostalgia too. If looking back at this family feels like returning home to you, stick around. There are still some wonderful memories waiting ahead. For many of us watching at home, the erratic, impulsive, but fiercely loyal aunt was more than just comic relief. As Jackie Harris, she held up a mirror to our own messy lives. She showed an entire generation that you don't need a perfect, stable life to be deeply loved by your family. Whether she was making us laugh or breaking our hearts during the show's groundbreaking domestic abuse storyline, her performance was nothing short of a masterclass. She was 33 when she first stepped into Jackie's shoes. Today, at 71, Laurie Metcalf radiates the same warmth decades later. She has enjoyed a highly decorated career, earning multiple Tony Awards and an Oscar nomination for Lady Bird. She finally said goodbye to the beloved character of Jackie when The Conners concluded its impressive run in April 2025. Her talent was so undeniable that she captivated everyone around her on set. In fact, the person who admired her magic the most was the larger-than-life patriarch who anchored the entire family. Whenever we heard his heavy, familiar footsteps walk through the kitchen door, everything suddenly felt safe. As Dan Connor, he was the giant, protective father figure an entire generation secretly wished for. He proved that a man could be rugged and tough on the outside, yet remain profoundly soft and fiercely devoted to shielding his loved ones from life's cruelest storms. We all remember the genuine fear during his shocking heart attack in Season 8, and the immense pride of watching him build Lanford Custom Cycle. He was 36 when he first put on that signature flannel shirt. Today, at 73, John Goodman is aging with incredible grace. Life brought him intense personal challenges, but he met them with immense courage, maintaining a hard-won journey of health and sobriety since 2007. He recently wrapped his iconic run on The Conners in April 2025 and lent his voice to the new animated Smurfs movie. While he stood as the sturdy anchor of the household, the visionary woman who built this universe was fighting her own complex battles behind the scenes. Before 1988, television mothers were perfectly polished and rarely raised their voices. But one woman shattered that illusion forever. As the unapologetic matriarch, Roseanne Connor was the gritty, imperfect, deeply loving mother who made millions of exhausted parents finally feel seen. She comforted us by proving that a loud household struggling to pay the electric bill was just as worthy of respect as any wealthy television family. We will always remember her legendary chicken shirt and how she aggressively championed working-class truths on primetime television. She was 36 when she first brought this universe to life. Today, at 73, Roseanne Barr carries her story in every line. In June 2025, she miraculously survived a severe tractor accident trapped beneath a massive tree branch at her Texas farm. Following the release of her 2025 documentary, Roseanne Barr is America. She has chosen a secluded life. While she is no longer in contact with her former television family, her impact on comedy remains undeniable. But among all these towering adult figures, there was a little boy telling turtle jokes. His real-life journey from childhood stardom through profound tragedy has become the most heartbreaking yet quietly triumphant story of them all. Picture a 6-year-old boy walking into an audition room, looking up at Roseanne Barr, and telling a simple joke about a turtle. That innocent moment didn't just win him a part, it gave America a little brother. As DJ Connor, he represented the quiet innocence of childhood amidst a household of loud personalities. He was the kid we watched grow up through the awkward stages of youth, comforting us by showing that coming of age is messy, confusing, and completely normal. He was just 6 when he first made us laugh. Today, at 44, Michael Fishman still carries the same spark we remember, but his real-life journey is far more profound than any television script. After early fame, he faced immense struggles, even experiencing homelessness as a teenager in Los Angeles. Yet he rebuilt his life from the ground up, moving behind the camera to become a respected director who helmed multiple episodes of The Connors. Life tested him again with the unimaginable loss of his adopted son, Larry, to an accidental overdose in 2020. Channeling his profound grief into action, he co-founded the We Commend charity to help underserved communities. Now preparing to release his highly anticipated memoir, DJ to Dad, Roles of a Lifetime. On July 7th, 2026, his story proves that the greatest triumphs aren't about avoiding the storm, but sheltering others once you've made it through. But we can't close this story without honoring the heart at its center. As Mark Healy, he gave us a tough exterior, hiding a gentle soul. Glenn Quinn left us in 2002 at 32. His castmates never let his memory fade from the screen. They dedicated special episodes to his memory. They even kept his picture hanging in the studio hallway. He left us a gift we are still unwrapping. Lanford was never just a fictional town on television. It was a mirror reflecting our own noisy kitchens and quiet struggles. The Connor family showed us that survival itself is beautiful. That famous chicken shirt is still hanging in a closet somewhere. That little boy's turtle joke still brings a smile. And somewhere, we are still the ones who needed those laughs. So let me ask you a question. When you think of this family, who comes to mind? Who were you sitting beside on the couch? I would love to read your memory in the comments. There are more stories like this one waiting. There are more faces and more afternoons we used to know. Until next time, take care of that memory.